mean, you interrupt the intro. You was there.
I thought you said 3, 2, 1 ready. I was like, ah, fucked up. My bad.
Yeah, fuck up. But we're gonna keep going. And we ain't stopping it. We keep going because fuck it. You know, these people see me fuck up so many damn. But this smoking this is episode 4, I think. I want to welcome
Yeah.
Big Black and
Hello.
Yo.
so, for everybody that don't know who y'all are, because most of the people who usually watch my channel ain't from Twitter and stuff like that, my communities and stuff like that. So explain who y'all are.
Well, I'm Johnny Farmer. I came into call around October 2019 on Twitter, mainly for my show FPW, but said, you know what, might as well bring my call into it as well. Johnny Farmer. By the way, go subscribe to the channel. What was it called? Zach F43. Yeah, that's right. Zach F43 YouTube channel FPW. Nick, go ahead.
Oh, what a shameless plug, dickhead. All right. It is none other than the supervillain himself, Nick Black, the owner of Ascend Wrestling. Don't forget that. Came into call around, what,
Beginning.
October? It's about the same time as Zach. Yeah, we
The
met.
new breed.
Like, we met early days.
Maybe.
On from there.
Yeah.
So, that's interesting.
When
Like,
we first
it was
got
like
in,
a few months. Yeah, we was on. Okay, how exactly your man? I just bumped into y'all when we just started talking. Y'all wanted me to join y'all. Yeah, it's because I didn't really know y'all at the time, and I just like they seem genuine about wanting me to be a part of the league, and I like that because if somebody shows that kind of passion, I'd be like, okay, I need to get in.
when I started my Fed, I was like,
And that's cool.
I'm not gonna have just random anybody in there. You feel me? I was like, these gonna be people I
Go ahead.
genuinely want in there.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and knock this thing off. Question number 1, both of y'all. What are y'all's favorite people?
Favorite people?
No favorite part.
Oh,
Like,
I'm sorry, lag.
like, why you like being here?
I mean, me personally, I just met like a lot of cool ass people, and it's fun to like watch my character in storylines. Like, it's fun to see my character win titles, be in storylines, have little, obviously kayfabe drama with other characters, just have certain interactions that are really cool to watch.
For me, it's all of it, to be honest. The booking standpoint, the wrestler standpoint. I just enjoy wrestling in general, and I thought, well, this is the perfect time to do it. Get practice early. So, I mean, I enjoy the booking process a lot more than my call, just because it just makes like you have a more dominant power. But I mean, we'll talk about that at a later time in this episode.
Yeah, my favorite part. I can share this with y'all. My favorite part is just the creativity of everybody. We all are different, but we all are the same in a way. We all want to create something good, create something to grab attention. Everybody step up the game in a good way. It's my favorite part, the entertainment. See people would say, "Good job." Oh, not a tire. How I always make a tire light. I like that. It makes me feel good. But yeah, is that all you got to say about that?
I actually
I
felt
got
that.
anything to say?
I actually felt that because like you could just like even if people that are from completely different backgrounds and shit like that, and you make something an attire right, and it's on a completely different thing. It's something that they're not into. Let's just say I make a Dragon Ball Z attire, but nope, somebody's not into that, and they still find that shit to be really cool. That's cool to me because it's like, okay, they fuck with what I'm doing, even if they're not into it. It's still like clicking with them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm not on the attire standpoint where like I don't post attire pics as much, but like the character like standpoint where I do my character, it people could like compliment me on that, like, hey, your character is great and it's a great characterization. I'm like, well, thank you, that's much appreciated. Because a lot of people in call, they don't have like they're like they have to try and knock off WWE characters and everything, and when you get like that unique feeling from some people, it just feels great and calls. It's a new opportunity for people. I'd
Yeah,
recommend it for some people that enjoy wrestling and 2K games.
and it feels good to like get like not rewarded but complimented on certain things by people that are either kind of more well known or just cool people in general, regardless of how known they are. Like for example, yesterday, Tony Lee Williams, really cool guy. He was like, yeah, if you were looking for a faction, if I would have known that sooner, I would have just asked you to join Genesis or something like that. And then he was like, because I know talent when I see it. That was cool to hear from him because he's always talking to talented people every day, like people that cut really good promos and stuff like that.
Also, a main reason why I got signed to his company because he said, because I streamed a video versus me versus him, and he said, I like how you wrestle and I like your moveset, so be perfect at NXW. And I said, I was really shocked because that was one of the main companies I was interested in going into the 2020 year, and I to get signed in 2019, 3 months
Yeah,
into your call career. That's awesome.
yeah. And towards like the end of the year, end of 2019, in the beginning of this year, I got signed to a number of companies that I really was interested in getting signed to. Like in the beginning, even though I'm not a part of it anymore due to the whole PS4 side not being a thing anymore, getting signed to CWA, that's something I wanted since like the week I joined Call. And that was pretty cool to be a part of that. Didn't win any titles in it, but that doesn't really matter. It's just a simple fact that I was a part of it. And I think I did pretty well throughout majority of it. I wish I got a storyline in, but I mean, it is what it is. I was still a part of it. That was cool. And Zach, remember, I wanted to be in NCW for a while. I
Yeah,
didn't know that they were
was
fucking
one
with
of the
me.
main
Apparently, the
people.
only thing is I was in, but they didn't add me to the chat yet. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that was cool. That was pretty cool.
This thing when see, I had this thing I made an exception for because usually whenever somebody can you would you join my league, I'd be like, okay, what's the point? What is the reason for me to be there? Is it what is the story? Because in my mind, I want to be a part of something that has. I don't want to be a part of something that doesn't have anything for me. That I'm gonna be not be booked, stuff like that. I want to be on there so I can be creative with everybody, and that's good because people think that's my ego talking, but that's me being competitive.
I mean, yeah,
Nothing wrong with wanting to do that.
yeah. It's like I'd rather just. I mean, it's nothing wrong with like kind of knowing how you know how to play your character better than anybody else does. So it's like
Yeah,
when you get put into a fed that knows nothing about you, or and just put your character in shit, just make you completely out of character and completely different than what you portray them as. It's so weird. Like
And that's one of the main reasons why I've avoided some companies is because they do change your characters. But some companies, and especially in my company, I'll ask, what do you think you deserve? I normally a mid card, main event, tag spot. Like I ask before, and normally they tell me mid card for mine. I respect that well, but I feel like if I was pushed to the main event, I feel like I would be a draw. And I feel like you could say the same for that, Smokey, because you said main event, and I said, well, let's see what you do. And your first pay per view, you won the Universal title, which congratulations on that, by the way.
it's just like, oh, it's a lot of shit like that for me. What I do, I like to, as a Fed owner, I like to communicate with my champions. I communicate with the other roster members as well, and but like, I'll communicate with the champions. I'll be like, hey, who do you want to fight? Or hey, how does this match stipulation sound? How would a feud with this person go? Well, like stuff like that, because I don't want to have a feud with people that are just not interested in it. That's not good for anybody involved. It's not
That's
good
what
on
you
the
got to
show.
do, to be honest.
It's not good on the show. I'm not going to enjoy it because I know they're not enjoying it.
And that's what you got to do, to be honest, because you want
And
people to
then,
be happy on your show.
Exactly. It's not like being a people pleaser. It's just like, hey, we're all involved in this. You wouldn't have your show without these people. I mean, yeah, you can have your own cause, but it's not going to be the same. You're not going to have the same little promos on Twitter, any of that without those people. It's you can't just have a show to only please yourself. That's not. There's nothing cool about that.
you you will get that thing. When you push yourself and focus on yourself, the fans will turn on you. You know, man, I've seen it happen.
Rightfully so. They should. People should not listen. If you haven't realized, me and Alex, in a sin, we've done good as a tag team, but have we touched those tag team titles? No. Nope. Sooner or later, I'm gonna actually take a back seat on that. Like, take a back seat on competing in my own company. If I do, I'm literally gonna make myself lose. Cause what the hell do I have to do in my own show? What do I have to
Exactly.
prove? I have
That's
I
my point.
I pre-record and have all the control basically
Go
if
ahead.
that's the case.
Yeah, I agree completely, man. In my league, FTW, whenever I had to go in, Smokey was not allowed to be a wrestler in it. I forbidden it
I don't blame you. Like I'm
in the
dead ass about
contract.
to
That's it.
stop.
Yeah,
I'm
I
about
did
to
that
just
recently. I
Yeah.
just said there's no reason for me to be in the ring anymore, and there's multiple people that deserve an opportunity more than me, and it kind of clicked to me to do that. So I feel that more people should deserve opportunities instead of me, because I mean the spotlight. And I'm going to go into this later, but majority the undercard, mid card should be pushed more than your main event superstars, mainly on the opening of the show, because that's when majority of your viewers come in. Like they want to see what's on the show first, and that's proven
exactly like
negatively with that.
I like to kick off my shows with like a lot of people be like, why are you kicking off the show with this? I have to kick off the show with something hot. You start off hot, it's either first or last. That's the two best spots on the card, honestly. So
Yeah,
I started off on Monday, Universal Champion, the world champion on Inferno in the first match. Why? Because gotta start off with something good. Then ended the show with the number one contender taking on someone. Why not? Especially like it's kind of cool to put people in the main event who you've never had in the main event on your show. Like some people haven't even come close to it, but just by chance they happen to end up there. Like in my show, I'm a tag team wrestler. That's really all I do. But eventually I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna probably be replaced by someone or just let Alex do his solo shit. Cause
Yeah.
yeah, I don't want to take up too much
Yeah.
time. I just want to. Only reason I made the higher powers to help Alex get over because he wasn't doing the best in singles for a bit.
and some people don't understand that, like, because they're talking about FPW. He was the world champion for a while, and they were saying, "Oh, it's just because he's in Project Ego." Alex had 7 defenses, and they were against all main event caliber superstars. So it's not because just someone's in your company or they're your favorites. It's because they're quality calls on your show. Alex really
Exactly.
proved himself as the first world champion, and I enjoyed it as much as some people did. But some people thought it was favoritism, and it really wasn't. I didn't want him to be world champion, to be honest. But hey, it happened. So I'm happy he was, and he was a great first champion for our organization.
And what I do with my world champions, I don't do the Brock method necessarily, but I don't like to overbook them. You feel me? Like I don't like to have them on every week, all of that, because certain they lose a bit of that mystique to them. Like McAllister has a mystique to him, and it's not like he won 2 entire tournaments. I don't know how the fuck he did it. I really don't. I can't make this up. I have no idea. Won 2 entire tournaments, and then just kept beating people, and yeah, he pops up every now and then, and when he pops up, it's for a reason. It's not like, oh, he's just here to have a random exhibition match. Nah, he's popping up for a reason. Like he popped up to attack Kota Amura recently, and now that's leading to the world title match tomorrow. Um, like I have to have for me to book my world champions, like quite a bit. It has to have a reason. If they're not going to be booked in matches, they're going to appear. That's the best I can do. Not saying I'm going to protect them until the pay per view. No, I'm not going to do that. But sometimes it's nice to keep a champion fresh before the pay per view, so you don't lose track of like the storyline or whatever's going on. So yeah, that's all I had to say about that part.
Well, that's cool, man. You'll give me good answers there, and I really appreciate that. That goes a long way with me. So you'll get a lot of respect. One respect. That's it. But what are y'all's dream feuds and why?
Ooh. Me versus a cool guy. Kota Amura. Kota Amura is really cool. I'd also say Kyle Young. Smokey, we never have we had a match? I don't think we have, as far as I can remember.
I don't think me and Nick Black. I don't think we never fought. Really, I don't think none of us fought 1-on-1.
I mean, hell, me and you would have some good matches and a good feud too. Another person, now that I just look back at it, like some people like him, some people don't. Lance Romance, he's like, I like his promo, so we could probably have a good match. We could have a good feud. Even though he's kind of like a heel tweener, I don't know. So he can play heel, he can play babyface, I believe. So yeah, I could really. There's just like a number of people that I like to have feuds with. You feel me? Kota Amura is definitely at the top of that list, though.
Yeah, Cody's pretty good. I'm in the field thing with him right now in another league. If it's the same Cody I'm thinking of.
Ooh. Yo, Zach,
Sure.
where you at?
Coda's a reliable guy. I can't lie to you.
Oh yeah.
I like Coda. Another guy like Christian Tracy, reliable workers. But dream matches for me, and I know this is gonna shock some people, but Lance Romance, and this is not because of the hate thing that me and him have. It's strictly because I want to prove that I'm better than him. That's serious because he is the main event guy. He is the guy that gets pushed everywhere he goes, and I want to prove that wrong to people. Because people, I wouldn't try and say this about myself, but I'm probably one of the most underrated people in the community right now. That's just my take on that. So,
let me tell you what the beauty about being. Let me tell you the beauty about being Smokey. I don't have to worry about that because I don't got nothing. I don't got to prove nothing to nobody. I'm just here to have fun, and share my knowledge of what I do, and help anybody I can help. But that's just me. I ain't saying nothing wrong about anything everybody does. You know, I'm just glad I'm able to help the new people, stuff like that. Because I ain't used to this type of stuff.
Yeah, I agree with that, but it seems like you have to be more noticeable now to be like the Broken Call tournament. Majority of the top 15 to 20 calls were main event guys in Eve and Sim. There was not that many like mid carders or. And it's not because I've seen a lot of good attires in call like Kota Amura. Kota Amura in general is just one of the greatest calls in general. Like attires, looking, like it's. Like Kota, great dude. Christian Tracy, everybody.
Kota, like, when you look at his character, you would assume, oh, he's just an edgy guy. No, he's fucking funny as hell. He's a funny ass dude, and also he makes some of my favorite content, like the little skits he does. And he's not a person with a big ego or anything like that. he doesn't take himself too seriously like a lot of people do.
Yeah.
He showcased a logo of mine for his show that is coming out.
Yeah, so it's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, so that's cool.
I
I keep
mean,
forgetting how actually known he is. But yeah, I like doing that, though. I like being creative and like working for different people, with different people, without them asking me to. You know, I always make people stuff, and nobody asks me for a damn thing. I'm just doing it because I want to show people, you know, this people like that, and it ain't all bad. We all here together to make good content, and that's what I'm trying to do. And I'm hoping that everybody appreciates that.
Oh, when you get some time, oh yeah, I do appreciate that you like always just make stuff out of nowhere. I'm like, oh shit. When you get some time, I need you to send me the Ascend stuff that you sent in the chat before, like when you get a little bit of free time. So
yeah, especially when
I'm
you said
probably gonna do
Got a
something with it.
lot of,
I really like the one I think had the
got
wings
a
on
lot
it.
of
That'd make a cool Titantron logo.
somebody seeing one.
Yeah, the wings that would be really cool on like a pay-per-view Tron. I just got to figure out like a theme and a color scheme to match with it. But yeah, I'll figure that out.
yeah, the
But
FPW
we're gonna
purple
move
logo
on.
you made. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was.
but
I'm using that for season 2 this year.
we can talk about. Yeah, we can talk about that later. We're talking about y'all, not me. We're getting all off. I apologize to y'all and I apologize to the fans. Let's go again. Tell a story about any call moment that stands out.
Yeah, I'll go first for this one. The day Project Ego was made. It was. I want to get the exact date. I want to say November, around November, early November. It was me, Alex Vetti, Raymond Danger, Nick Black, talking at a party, and we were like, "Well, there's teams like Alpha and Reckless Intent, so we're like the new Three Musketeers of the like basically the new breed of call, like the new way that call is being right now." And we're like, "Why don't we make a faction out of it?" And it worked out for a couple months. I can't like as of yesterday, it worked out. Me and Nick joined the Bloody Impact yesterday.
I mean, it never stopped working out. I mean, it was always more of a friend group, if anything, because like it's not like we had random people join. We just always it's just a group of friends that talked almost every day. So
Yeah.
it was always like it always felt more like a friend group to me than like a faction.
Yeah.
If any,
Project Ego is not dead. Well, let's get that one thing because people are saying it's dead. It's not gonna die. It's just gonna be a friend group.
I mean,
We
as
just
long as
went our
we're
separate
friends,
ways.
which is gonna be a long time, fuck it. Like you and the other boys in the Ego have been friends for literally
2 years.
on top. Yeah,
2018
exactly.
in August.
Y'all keep that in your mind right there. What I just said, keep that in your mind because I had the same thing. I ain't gonna get into it, but I'm just saying I used to have that same thing. And I just want to tell y'all, just watch out.
Yeah, definitely.
Look out for each other is what I'm saying because people can get lost in this whole call thing. You know what I mean? It's all people trying to get views and everything else. People get wrapped up in that. But
Yo, we don't even take that shit so serious, bro. Like,
yeah,
To be
yeah,
honest,
yeah.
no.
like we jokingly talk shit. You know, that's how. This is how we do. We always jokingly talk shit, joke about each other's shows, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, who's sitting there watching their friends stream? It's us. We at the end of the day, regardless of what we say, blah blah blah, we're still sitting there watching it, and then we'll be in a party laughing about some stupid shit 5 minutes later. Like there's really no. Yeah, we don't take this call shit serious. That's actually something we bonded over. The frustration of people taking it way too seriously.
Yeah. Especially when we do commentary and stuff for our like our streams. We
You
just
could tell.
we don't take it seriously.
We just
like,
fuck
the majority
around.
of my streams are I'm just laughing because some of the stuff that Flo or Raymond said, it's just funny.
Like,
Because
yes.
I mean, Okay.
Remember, I don't think you weren't at the party, but the KO. Wait, were you at the party? The KO open weight tournament where Raymond Danger coughing his
Yeah, he
fucking
was just
lungs out
coughing,
into
yeah.
the mic.
It wasn't even doing it like he was like actually choking.
He
He
was
was just doing it to
dead
like make
ass
a joke.
doing it. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? He's like, I'm dying. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah,
Shit.
he's probably the funniest out of everybody in the PS4 parties. But
He
I
just
mean,
said some stupid shit out of nowhere. Me and Raymond, we're always talking shit to each other too. Just something
that's
fucking
true.
stupid. Just something extremely stupid. Like, bro, what are we doing? And he'll just say some weird shit that makes no sense at all, and then I'll just scream something. He'll do the same. Oh my god. A moment that sticks out. Honestly, the Raymond Danger Cough Fest. Yeah, that might be one.
You go with it.
Oh, and another one that's like it's unfortunate, but it's hilarious now. Like looking back at it, um, EXW, EXW 16-man Classic Finals. Oh my god! Like
Wait,
fucking
what?
the
Do you mean the? Oh, you winning the title, or was it you defending
no,
against
it's
Lucifer?
not me winning the title. It's the fact that Lucifer Mox's stream kept crashing over and over
No,
again.
that was his first. That was the first pay per view. You're thinking of a
That,
different one.
oh, warning shot.
It was
But,
warning shot. Yeah, yeah,
but there were also internet problems with the 16-man classic too.
yeah. But no, the warning shot was a 9-part main event. I don't think you understand. Like there were 12 parts of the pay
Yeah,
per view.
it
9
was
for the main event.
like it goes
All right.
down in history as one of the worst pay-per-views ever. It's
And
hilarious.
it's not because of his internet. It's just because the WWE 2K20 is the worst game they've ever brought out.
It
That's
just
why.
fucking kept crashing and crashing. It's like it was hilarious because he started getting fucking angry. He was like, "Ugh, start. He's like, go for the pin. I'm like, oh my god. Like he was just frustrated.
He wanted to lose the match. It was his own call versus Nick. He wanted to lose the match, and it ended up in a tie, right?
Yeah, so I kept the title and we never fought again after that. But something else that sticks out was both PTW and IWL. Like those tournaments were really good.
Me and you were in the main event for both of them, I think.
Exactly.
That was the first time we ever fought. Was the PTW one?
Really? Was it?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Another thing that a fond memory was starting Ascend. Like the World Championship tournament was really, those are some of the best matches that I saw. Like the first night of that shit, I knew, all right, this is going to be a really, really good show because the matches were just hitting back to back to back. Like looking back, I probably wouldn't have put myself in there, but I was low on people, so I'm just gonna throw I was low on people at the time, just started, and I wanted to get everything off the ground quick, so I just threw myself in there. Luckily, I did not win, but
Yeah.
it was really good. Jeff Matthews, I'm not a fan of him, but he had some really good matches. You had some really good matches too.
I was surprised he made it to the finals of that tournament, to be honest.
The finals was
in
good too.
2K19, I like 2K18. I was a beast. Like I would not lose matches. 2K19, I was somewhat decent. 2K20, I haven't really graded myself. I'd say I don't know.
I'm
doing pretty good in 20 right now. So
2K20, I'm all right, but I don't know. I think I need a change. I've been losing unnecessary matches, like matches that I should not really be losing, if that makes sense. Because
that was me last year.
I like to think I have a really good kit, like a really good moveset, and some things I do need to change. And luckily, I have made updates to my 2K20 character, but just haven't uploaded it yet.
Yeah, that's the thing about my character. My moveset's perfect. The moveset's 100% what I would do, and I don't want to change. I ain't gonna change that because I know sooner or later it will bounce back. It's a CPU thing, and I got confidence in it. But in reality, I turned that around, and now I got an Apostle Smokey who was causing this mess. See, it's all about improving. You always can make yourself. You always can fix something by using your brain or anything.
I'm just starting to cut more promos. Like before, people cut promos on me or like promos that are not on a specific person. I decided like it was early this morning. I forgot to watch Second City Dojo is actually one of the best 2K19 feds. Just know that. The Eternal Penitentiary episode, and me and Caleb James, he's the lockdown champion there. We've wanted this match for weeks now. And it finally got booked because they had a tournament, so it was blocked off for a bit. And we finally got the match, and it was 2 out of 3 falls, and knockout was on as well. I lost 2-1. And I was like, shit, that would have been cool to beat him. And after a long anticipated matchup, but I just made the best of it. I just said, you know what? All right. Made a promo saying Bucky, the general manager of the show, just book me more, like challenge me more. I'm gonna make my way back to that back to the champion. It wasn't a title match, by the way. Just want to let that be known. Like I'm gonna make my way back up the card, and next time I see Caleb, it's for the title and it's gonna be mine. I'm not going for 3 tries, not 2. Just get it the first try and I'm done. That's the promo I cut basically. It wasn't like I'm moping around. I'm like, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna get you're gonna have to keep on challenging me because I'm gonna keep getting right back up.
If you're gonna cut a promo like that, you're gonna have to sound hungry. You have to sound like you want it. You can't just go on there. You know what I mean? You got put
Yeah,
your back into it. In other words,
that was the one. I was like, you know what? I can't be like, oh, I squandered it. I screwed up. What am I gonna do now? No. What I'm gonna do now is compete more and win. Compete more, get my way up to the champion, and that's it. I have to have like a goal. I'm not gonna have my character just sitting here with the only goal is I'm gonna win some matches. That's not fun. There's no point in doing that.
I gotta evolve. I gotta keep myself going, and you can't do that if you just stay in that same spot. You can't be comfortable. You gotta put the work for it. You gotta shake things up every once in a while. Show people that you're there for a reason. I always try to do, and y'all both do that. Y'all got the biggest egos, some of the biggest egos in call. I know this because I've been around y'all a little bit. But this is a leeway. This is a leeway to this out of both of y'all. Who has a bigger ego, character wise?
Whoa.
I think it might be Farmer. I'm not gonna lie.
I'd say myself.
Yeah, it's definitely.
I
was thinking about this question earlier. I was like, yeah, you definitely have the bigger ego. Because my character, he's egotistical, but here's the thing. I learned this from Austin Aries. He said this. He said, in his promos, he's never going to make himself be a liar. Not going to say, I don't like to say, oh, I'm going to beat this person. I like to say, oh, I'm going to brutalize this person, or I'm going to humiliate you. If I say I'm gonna beat you and then I lose, I'm gonna look like a liar. That's what I'm gonna start. That's what I'm trying to start doing more. Don't say, oh, I'm gonna beat you. No, I'm going to brutalize you. I'm going to injure you. Something along those lines. That's what I like to do. And
that's the original way to come up with your own words.
And it ties into my ego, my character's ego a bit. Because he knows he's not going to win everything, but he knows how good he is, and it's not going to be an easy fight for anybody.
Yeah, personally, I feel like it's me. I mean, because this is going to tie into another question, but I consider myself kind of like the MJF, like kind of like of call, to be honest, because I don't see much people saying, "Oh yeah, look at this guy, he's just a plain dickhead," and I've heard that before. I'm like, oh wow, okay, like Jesus, I didn't know it was that, because people have considered like Chris Jericho, like all those. I'm like, really, like because I don't want to kind of classify myself as those. I kind of want to do my own thing because like you don't see people calling like MJF and Chris Jericho. They have their own thing as a heel, but what I'm doing is different, and that's what I'm trying to prove to the call community. It's a different character, different everything,
Right.
and the
Right.
times have changed on my character. To be honest, so
Smokey, you mind if I lead into this other question, like what characters from wrestling or anywhere else inspire our character? Because character people that inspire my character definitely, like Zach. You remember last week when everyone was doing that poll where it was like, what character do I remind you of? What wrestler do I remind you of? Stuff like that. Because the main people that I can say my character is inspired by are Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho. Two of my favorites of all time. Well, Jericho's my number one. I feel like moveset wise, it's a little bit of Kenny, a lot of Kenny, and Jericho. A little bit my personality and a little bit of the moveset. For God's sake, I have his entrance. Like, come on now, gonna make it more obvious. But and I'm wearing his tights on one of my attires. People just don't realize it because it's like from 2001.
I ain't really got a preference about my. I can't really say if my cause it relates to like anybody on WWE or AEW or anything. I always made it 100% original of me, who I represent, and what I do.
Right. Yeah, I've realized that about you. I mean, for my character, it's very subtle. The inspiration is very, very subtle. What I like to do, what I mean I'm inspired by this character, it's like with Jericho, with his promos, that's who I take notes from because he's one of the all-time greatest on the mic as well. And it's like, you know what? Yeah, that I should maybe take a little note, like a note about that. Knows when to add in humor, knows how to like. Do you remember 2008 when Chris Jericho wore a suit to the ring? I think it was around there where Jericho used to just wear a suit all the time and would just degrade everyone. That's the type of that's what I kind of took notes from. And I'm like,
Talking
okay,
about whenever he was on
world heavyweight champion.
when he punched Stephanie.
Yeah.
yeah, that was
Punched Sean's wife and world heavyweight champion walking down to the ring in a tuxedo. It was like that's what I wanted. That's a good way to take inspiration from. I don't take stuff from his promos. It's like the way he comes off, the demeanor of the promos and stuff like that. So pretty much for the most part, my character is original. It's really just me being egotistical, but up by like 100, turned up to 100.
Yeah. I mean, going on like what Smokey said, like being the originality, when like and I was saying earlier, you're trying to create something of your own. Like you're trying to take inspiration from others, but you want to make it like yourself. Like you want to make it your own character,
Exactly.
mystique. You want to have everything that's yours. And that's what I kind of did with Johnny Farmer. Because Johnny Farmer, and people don't really know the background, Johnny Farmer's a wealthy person from the I don't know, the suburbs of Maryland, kind of like the Annapolis area for people that know. And it's kind of like he's just rich and he's a snobby brat almost, kind of like what MJF is. And that's where people get that from. But he's not a coward or anything in the ring. He can kick ass. And that's what people get the other parts from. So it's like it's a mix of both, and that's what makes it unique. So I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, the cowardly heel shit. That's something I've never really been. It can be good, but for the most part, I don't care for it too much because they always give the cowardly heel role to the completely wrong people. Baron Corbin, Golden Gloves boxing champion. Why the fuck? He's tall as hell. And he's pretty big too. Why is he playing the cowardly heel role? He can beat people's asses on his own. Like real talk, he can do that shit. But I don't know. The cowardly heel role, it's not for me. My character is like, all right, you want to challenge me? It better be worth my time. First off, you better be someone I find worthy. And if it's for my title, if I'm to holding the title in the company, I'm like, Okay,
Earn it.
that's cool. You can fight me for the title, but you have to earn it, and I'll see you when I see you because I'm still gonna have this damn title.
Yep.
So yeah, that's how I like to do things.
Well, and to kind of also go off the MJF as well type thing. I mean, back MJF, I'll personally say this: he will be the next AEW champion. I want to state that here, state that now while I have the chance, and that's why I want to kind of get because when I saw and I can like say the exact line, as everybody knows, I'm a salty other person, and when my best friend Cody Rhodes, that's where I got that from. Like that interview itself from Fighter Fest, I believe it was, when Cody Rhodes got hit by the steel chair from Sean. It was the worst thing to happen, by the way. Should have
No,
never
yeah,
happened
yeah.
in pro wrestling. Chair shots should be banned to the head.
Chair shots to the head, no, sir. I don't care if you gimmick the chair. They gimmicked the chair, and it made it even worse. So,
but what Maxwell said in that, and he was a mix of a heel and a face, because he said in the beginning, "No dipshit," like he was just talking to a random reporter, and he said, "No dipshit, I'm not even talking to you." So it was funny. You guys should check out the interview. I think it was the Fighter Fest. I think Chris Van Vliet's interview with
yeah, it
Matt
probably
Joe.
was Chris Van Vliet. Like after the event, I'm
Yeah,
pretty
the
sure.
post.
I think I
post
watched
one.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's where
Like
I get kind of inspiration from.
I can play heel or face for the most part. I've always been heel in call, and yeah, I could say I'm a tweener, but the egotistical part of me is always gonna be there. I'm never gonna be like one of those dumb baby faces that are just so nice and get betrayed all the
America.
time. You know, not gonna.
America versus Russia type stuff. Like,
I don't like being the same character over and over again. You know, like when you go to heel and you go back to face and you go back to being that same person you was when you was a face. I like the this was the
Yeah,
movie
but
just
that doesn't make sense to
question.
me. It's like
Character Bobby character.
I've changed. I think I've changed my character a good amount over like the past few months that I've been in call. My look has changed a bit too. You know, different tattoos, new face skin. Stop wearing the shades to the ring. Started wearing a damn trench coat and stuff like that, just to give off the more villainous vibes, I guess you could say. My moveset's been the same for the pretty much the same for the most part, but some improvements, yada yada.
yeah, I did the same recently actually with the tattoos and everything, and actually coming out with a new theme song. It was like a more of a heel theme song, like rock. Because what I had in the beginning was like a face almost, and they were like, "Oh, are you baby face or heel?" And I'm like, "I'm heel." Well, your theme song really doesn't show it because it was like some I forgot what it was at this point because of how great my new one is. But I mean, I just enjoy the heel aspect of wrestling. To be honest, that's why I don't like the face type, especially in call, because I think majority are tweeners because I actually did a poll and majority said they were tweeners and they didn't pick heel or face. So I just think it's weird that some people are tweeners, but I mean it's cool because
It's just
like
hard.
yeah, it's hard to like be oh yeah I
It's
hate
all
you
how
and
you.
like it's how you do your character, but some people I don't think it's right for them. Like I feel like they should be something else. Like they shouldn't be the tweener. They should be a strict heel or a strict face. That's what I meant by
And
that.
there's a character that I actually have, but I'm not gonna say who. This character was supposed to be a babyface actually, but they ended up being more. I just natural. I'm portraying the character, so I'm like, you know what, this isn't gonna work. I have to turn this character into a heel. So I just did that, and my promos are so like spot on with what the material was given. Like what the material given, my promos are perfectly matching with it. I couldn't have done that as a face because it wasn't gonna work. Being a face is not easy for me. It is, but it isn't. Because how am I supposed to express how much I don't like someone, how much I like my character hates someone, but I have to still manage to be a good person at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That's my thing. But Nick Black he's a heel for the most part. He can be a face, but he's not going to be a baby face. He's going to be like an anti-hero face, if that makes sense, or more of a tweener at the most. Like I couldn't see my character as a heel. I mean, no, not as a heel, but as a face. That's just weird to me.
That's what I prefer Johnny Farmer to be, because I want him to be like the person that goes against the top guy, because that's what majority of the top calls are. Their faces, like James Frost. That is one guy again. Okay.
I don't hear that, but going. So I just wanted to let you know I lost signal for a second. I might have recorded it, but I'm not 100% on that. Whoopie. Go ahead.
You are.
And my connection's so shitty, and everybody who watches the Smoke Room can tell you, my connection is always something wrong with it. Something always goes wrong. It's very aggravating. But
My
yeah,
connection fucking
what
sucks
y'all
too.
going on, like character development. Yeah, character development to me is very important. And then y'all talking about the difficulty of being a face. I was face for almost 9.5 years. I didn't feel scared because I was so over it as a face. They didn't want to lose that momentum, but at the same time, they kept they kept making these decisions like they didn't want to overbook me, so they got me injured. I have a feud, and I get injured again, just so they kept trying to use me sparingly. So he wasn't using me basically. He was misusing me basically. But I was like that for a long time when I first.
See, when you're like a
So
dominant
I know I
face.
should have spoke up. But,
Oh, I'm sorry.
no, I was good. I was a tough face. I was one that didn't back down. You know, I spoke. I do like I do now. Except I'm a little bit more veteran. But then I was more straight to the point. I would freaking cut your ass out right in front of your face and not have any kind of remorse about it. Without even saying anything else, I would call you a pussy right in your face and say, "Let's go." And that's it. I wouldn't say anything else, and be like, okay. That was me then, and it's me now. I can actually sit here and cut out a good promo against you and tell you how I'm gonna whoop your ass. Let's go. And that's a fun thing for me because, as I said, character development, and I owe that to everybody because I get that off of everybody who tells me something about my character and how I can improve upon that. That's the way I always approach things. Like when I meet you and I meet Nick, because y'all just still new to this, and y'all are talking like y'all been here all long. That's that's good for me. I like that. It inspires me to get better. I gotta step my game with y'all because y'all, and y'all already like this. So
I guess being a diehard wrestling fan, I guess it had its perks when coming into this shit because it only made it easier. I could say my character's developed a lot since like Zach. Do you remember when I first joined FPW? Like my character was not as fleshed out as
It
it
was
is
like it was
now.
just there. Like,
Yeah, I was just a guy that happened to kind of be an asshole occasionally, but eh. But now I think my promos, I've stepped my game up a lot, like a lot with my promos. And one person that I can say, do you remember me and Caleb James when we had our feud and we were typing those long ass promos in the chat?
I have those screenshotted.
Yeah, that's where Caleb pushed me to be like, all right, I gotta do better. I gotta do better with my promos. And then we were talking about we and Caleb actually talked about the promos in the DMs, and we were like, yeah, this is how we're gonna do it. All right, and now we're gonna get this feud kicked off. That when we did that, it was like, all right, I like this guy. me and Caleb good friends now, so
Yeah,
therefore,
that Caleb's show.
yeah, he helped me with like the promos and shit. Now my promos have gotten better because just that one time helped me take some notes. I'm like, all right, I need to do this better, do that better. I should use a little bit more of this, blah blah blah, stuff like that. Well, your promos, you can get straight to the point, but you can't be like
What's the
too
feeling everybody out?
vague with it.
Yeah. I think personally,
See,
my
I'm
character
still
development.
trying to. Go ahead.
So my character development, I think it's really stepped up since I joined Call. Because when I joined Call in October and I started talking my shit, people said, "Oh, you won't last 6 months. You'll be the next sniper." And I'm like, "Okay." And it's been 6 months, and I'm still here. So,
Oh my god, I
and
remember
I've proved
something
the people
now.
wrong. You guys don't. People have changed their opinions on me. They've actually given me more respect. To be honest, I've been followed by many of the guys that have hated me in the past now, so I enjoy that myself. That is the one thing that in Call I just love about
That's what
because
Oh, go on.
the people that hated me are now like following me. So I mean, hey, it's all good. Like because many of the I'd say the companies and because I'll tell, and this is going to be an exclusive on the podcast here. An old story, EPW. If you guys may know the fake
Holy
EPW,
shit!
I'll remember this, and you guys might as well if you guys are listening.
I should.
EPW was a brand that was fake. First of all, the account was fake, but the YouTube channel was real. It's by Josh Labelle. I don't know if he's real or not, to be honest, at this point. But it was a
Nah, you
guy
got
called
exposed.
EPW Yoda, and I I was like, oh yeah, I kind of need some title designs. So I asked him, hey, do you do title designs? And he said, yeah, I do. Do you have a payment? I said, no, but I'll get it to you soon. And the week after, he says, and then I get tagged in a tweet, and then it says, Johnny Farmer is a scammer. I said, what? Because I did not pay this guy nothing. He showed me no profile. He showed me no video or photo proof that he made these belts, and he still hasn't. And he said that I was scamming him out of his money, and it was the weirdest thing because this is like 3 weeks into my call career, and I'm like, how the hell
You
did
were
this
so
happen?
lost.
I was
I
pissed off. I
remember
was
This
that.
is
lost.
I
I was
this
remember.
is
super pissed
around when
off.
I first met you, bro. Because you were in like so much drama because you were so like brand new to this shit. And you were just so confused. I was like, what? I was like, bro,
I
what
was
is
like,
going
why?
on?
Like,
Remember, I was like one of the only people that didn't fucking hate you or were all against you, or anything like that.
I
I
don't think many
remember.
people
Me too.
were though. I think people were just confused because they're like, "Oh, this isn't like him." So I think people were confused, but I think people didn't know the truth, and that's what happened. Once
Yeah,
EPW Yoda got exposed, I said, "Where you at now?" I
and
posted that and I tagged them. I said, "Where you at now?" And I haven't got it from. And hey, it is what it is. It happened. I'm still here. I'm showing.
he's gone. So, and there was all that
And
shit with around that time, the same time, there was that shit with like not starting any drama on the show. None of that. Just gonna mention it. The GFGN
the GFG,
nonsense that
yeah,
happened, and
I was
then
gonna say that
what?
as well.
I can't even tell. Like basically, Frazier.
So
What
I'll
did
tell it.
I don't remember what happened.
So Frazier, I don't know what
Keep it
happened to be honest at
keep
this
it
point.
brief.
So Frazier stated, I don't know what happened here, but Frazier basically said, or I said, GFGN, why did you fire me? And he said, for the recent allegations against you. I said, what, the fake ones? So I start this major, it wasn't even a feud. I think it was just a hatred for
He was
Frazier
man.
over the month. And it cost me a couple people in FPW, Lance Romance, Kyle Young, those guys. And I respect the decision for that. But Frazier is a guy that starts stuff. And full respect to the guy. His company's doing well. He's got his views. He's got his, I guess, his cash revenue. But he's a troublemaker. and he is one of the most hated people in Call. And people can say they are. People can say, "Oh, people hate me," and people. Frazier's the most hated guy in Call. Everyone agrees with that. People every time I ask about
That's not
Frazier,
a good
oh,
thing.
that guy sucks. But go ahead. What you were gonna say, Smokey?
I feel like he ain't important enough to bring it up because he does that to get attention, and I ain't bringing him up because he will message me after this. He'll be like, "Why you say this? I didn't say anything. They did." See?
We're not even bad mouthing him. We're
But
just literally
this is the way I feel
reciting
about it.
history. So
Yeah, I can
mean,
say
Yeah,
whatever
yeah,
because
I
I'm
know.
released,
I'm just
so
saying
I don't
what
care.
yeah, me too.
I mean,
But the
I'm
thing
gonna
about
say
it,
how I feel.
But I don't want
regardless.
to cost Nick anything. Nick's in GFGN, Josh EP's in GFGN. I don't want to cost them nothing. I got
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
even have a
Yeah.
problem with. I don't have a problem with them or anything because like the shit that happened back then, the allegation shit, blah blah blah. You ended up back in the company a few months later anyway, so it's not like it's that big of a deal anymore. It's like it blew over and shit.
Yeah.
It's
they
See, this
messaged
is
me.
exactly
I
like
accused of being I got accused of saying Frazier. I was saying something like, "You must be retarded if you think you can out promo me."
Well, and you can even agree on this too,
I was like,
Smokey.
"Huh?"
His booking it's the worst. He can't book to save his
oh
life. The fact that you won the GFGN title and lost it the night after, I still think is the worst decision in Call history. That's going to be straight up. And another thing that he did, Nick Black and me and Joshy were the NXT Tag Champs and the NXT Champion for his company. The week I guess I got suspended for something, again leading to my second firing because of hatred. Um, Joshy and me lost the tag titles. I get suspended. Nick defends his title at TLC, loses to Cody Hagan, and Project Ego does not exist anymore in GFGN because of that. And it was all in a 1 month period. It's not like it happened over 5 months, a year. It happened in 1 month. Actually, 2 weeks. It happened in 2 weeks. And I think it's bullshit. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But
I'm gonna end this like this. Frazier, if you come on Twitter and you come at me and they try to attack me, say you're gonna expose somebody here, I would straight up destroy you. And that's not a threat. I mean, that's not a promise. That's a fucking threat. The opposite of a promise. See? But for real though, me and Frazier goes a long way back, and he acted a certain way like he wanted to be a part of WDF for a long time, and he hated us because we would never let him involved in it. So now he was trying to get back on us, but I ain't got nothing wrong with the guy until he started trying to do all that stuff and trying to say that basically making fun of retarded people, and that's not me. I don't care about that.
yeah,
That's
I was confused when that happened, to be
go ahead.
honest.
yeah, that was really weird.
Yeah. But yeah, let's move on because it ain't worth it no more, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we ain't trying to start no
Yeah,
drama. It's just we're just talking and shit.
Hey, if you want to
yeah,
talk
but
to me, at least
fans,
at me next time.
yeah. If you want to talk to any of these guys, Frazier, message them. They ain't scared. They say what they said right here to your face or to your screen. It don't matter.
Trust me, I can
But
say a lot
yeah,
about people. If this is unscripted, I could say a lot about people right now, and I would probably get so many ads if they heard this. So I'm gonna keep it as much as professional as I
yeah.
can. But if I
That's what
got
I'm
to,
trying to do.
I'll say what I have to say. Because if I went
Yeah.
on Twitter
Okay.
and I stated my belief, okay, good. I'll go later. Oh,
Yeah.
get excited now.
What are your? Well, this is gonna be. Yeah. That's why I'm trying to settle things down. I'm trying to be a professional here, trying to
Yeah.
maintain order and order. The smoke room got order. When did that ever happen? Because me, I got so much controversy in the past. It's freaking. I'm trying to change a little bit, turn over a new leaf.
Don't want on your
But
4th episode.
no, this is like episode like 80 something like that. Oh, yeah, Nick and Nick and Johnny. Um, what type of match do you think y'all two best if y'all fought against each other? What would y'all think would sell more than anything?
Oh,
With y'all's two styles.
we
Well,
had some damn wars though.
we've been trying to get this shirt across, and Nick made the logo. It's the dream match, and it's me and him, and it's just because it's basically the two new breed of call, like
Bruh,
the two new
that
guys.
that IWL match we had was the IWL match was unmatched. The first PTW match was great too. Like two of my best matches in my career were against Farmer. Now I feel like in one of my worst was actually against him too, because that
5 minute squash match.
yeah,
For the title.
that one, and then there was that other one in EXW that was really weird.
Oh yeah, one where I
yeah.
took 4-2 loss.
But if we
Title match.
if we did like on 19 or something like that, an actual Iron Man match, like a really good one that's like 30 minutes long, regular rules, it could be a really good match. I do believe that.
Well, personally, I like the PTW match
See?
because you were the first person in call to reverse the Farmer Nate.
That and the only one I've ever seen.
You are
as
the
far as
first
I
person
remember.
to reverse
No,
that.
no,
You were
that's
the first, I think, the only person to do that.
Bro, when I remember, we fucking started screaming when I reversed it.
I was like, you reversed that?
Because every time I watch your matches, I'm like, every time I'm recording your matches, I'm like, is he gonna reverse the Farmer knee? Of course he isn't, and he doesn't, and they don't reverse, and I'm like, oh, that sucks.
Y'all, it's crazy how many leagues y'all in. It's just, ain't nothing wrong with it. That's pretty awesome because y'all take the time to be involved in all these leagues. I always got this rule that never oversaturate myself because, I want to have Smokey against newer people, different people. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be the same people over and over again. What happened? What happened?
What?
What happened?
Okay. I thought somebody dropped.
Oh no, I'm
Yeah,
still
no,
here.
we're still here.
What I was saying was that I like facing new people. I don't like that. I don't like being in the same league with the same people over and over again. It's not anything different. You know what I mean? I want to be
Yeah.
in something that new opportunity for. I want to fight somebody different in every league. I don't want it to be the same match over and over again. If that makes sense.
I
And
feel
I think
that.
yeah.
We ain't fought none. None of us has fought. So that's something that still can happen. And that's good because we need matches like that.
We've been in the same feds for months now, and I'm surprised me and you have not fought at all, not once.
I'm
Just
surprised either.
never got around to it. I don't know how. And I've never fought Kota Amora either. It's been the same situation with him too.
I did. I fought Coda. I heard him.
Oh, I saw. I saw. And that wasn't okay. Well, in the singles, have you had a singles match with Kota?
That was my first time interaction with him.
Yeah, 'cause you had that.
And I don't know what's going to happen.
Match. That was brutal.
Yeah. With two handicap matches.
Yo, Zach, and UKWF, I think
They're
we're
only
actually
gonna
doing
build
all
up.
right tagging.
Yeah, I hear we're the number one seed in that, like right now.
Yeah, I gotta look back. UKW. They have a lot of shows, and it's kind of hard for me to catch up. But I'm gonna look at their rankings and stuff too, because they have a spreadsheet, which is actually a really cool idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've never been a tag team champion, so
Me neither. That's weird.
never at all these years.
I've been
Nope.
once with
I mean,
Josh.
I ain't been a tag team. I was always solo.
I mean, yeah, you do give off like that just lone wolf vibes. You feel me?
Yeah.
Just the primal
For a
warrior.
long time.
Yeah, that's
I was a young gun. The funny thing is, you know how we got the young gun, that dude, in the
Jacob
chat?
Helms.
That
Yeah,
was my nickname. Yeah, that was my nickname back in the day. Before I went to the Primal Warrior a couple years ago, I was a young gun for a long time. Funny thing, that's why I told him, like, you're me, baby. You're basically me. Welcome. Yeah, so that's a cool thing.
Jacob Helms is cool as hell.
Yeah. And that's the funny. That's a good thing about me. I try to be more original with everything I do, like nickname. and everything else. Like, when I first started, I didn't hear that a lot. So I was like, oh, I know the name ain't gonna be called a lot. And
Yeah.
when I came with the Primal Warrior, I was joining Unite. I was just messing around. And I had this nickname called the named Outlaw. Had Outlaw name, so I had to come up with something. I remember that game. You remember that game, Primal Rage?
Sounds familiar.
That was called.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that. Primal, and I always considered myself a warrior. Anyway, and I put those two together, and I was like, I'm Primal Warrior. That's who I am. And I built on that from here. From then on, I went by that.
Well, I went by a lot of names back. Well, what? The Mortal Compass, God's Trigger. God's Trigger is the new one that I'm doing right now. I enjoy that one myself because that was my old finisher name in 2K18. I'm like, man, I need to bring that back. Well, I had many calls back in 2K18. I just never brought them out to the spotlight like I have now. But
Right.
I mean, God's Trigger I personally enjoyed, and it's working well right now.
See, I've really only had one. Well, no, I can't say I've had one real nickname. Remember, it was just Big Bad Nick Black for a while, but I felt like it could only go so far. Just being Big Bad Nick Black was just a regular douchebag, blah blah blah, stuff like that. Then I don't know if you remember, but like for like a week or two, I have this thing going on, the Shooting Star. I didn't know really what I wanted that to be. It was a little bit more of a flamboyant version of me, but not really, because the demeanor was the exact same. So it's like, now I'm gonna just scratch that. And now, like the supervillain, I feel like I like that a lot more. Big Bad is still there, like it's still on my knee pads and shit like that. That's staying, but the supervillain is just the current state of my character, like doing everything for himself, but still feels as if he's in the right when he's doing it. Like, I don't know, supervillain
He's into his own.
is really just like my favorite little shtick out of all the other ones that I've done.
Yeah, and that's important to have that. You can have something to build off of. And it's working, so that shows you that you're in the right direction.
Exactly, and like when I started the higher power, the sin really helped me like fix my character. Because if I didn't start the higher power, the supervillain thing probably wouldn't have became a thing. So when I did start the higher power, since I was calling myself a Messiah, I was like, you know what, but I don't call myself a God, since he's like my disciple a bit, like in the storyline at least. So I started calling myself a God and then trying to talk like one, like Jester Wolf. He's just gonna tell you straight. He's like, bro, that shit's fucking lame. You gotta stop. There are too many people calling themselves gods out there, blah blah blah. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. That shit is fucking lame. We're not doing that anymore. And just moved on. Supervillain. Don't have to cut promos like a weirdo anymore. I did that for like 2 days and I looked like a fucking idiot in the process. Um, but anywho, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. It is what it is. I'm just gonna figure this shit out. Yeah, supervillains
You want to hear
born.
something funny? You want to hear something funny? Whenever I first met Zach, I seen his name Farmer, and the first image I had of him in overall, like the farmer.
Oh my
That's what I
god.
was thinking.
Yeah.
He's a
Johnny
farmer.
Farmer and over.
I thought,
I'm imagining it now. Holy shit. That's not good. That is not good.
At least it's not the Baron Blade references. That's all. That's all. I want. That's all good.
I have this big ass I always have this big ass imagination, and it's terrible because I'm always thinking of putting just road agent Baron Blade, but Johnny Farmer, put those big ass earrings on you, give you some green, and you're wearing a brown vest. Johnny Farmer joins Pub Club.
No.
Becomes Australian citizen, now a part of Pub Club.
No, I joined the Balmer's finest today.
y'all. Y'all, we're gonna have to cut this off, man. We're going. It's an hour and 10 minutes, and we can do this another time, and we can make more episodes because I'm going back on on here because I like talking to y'all. Well, we all got
Yeah.
the same thing in common. We like talking about this and having fun.
Yeah.
And I want y'all to send this off. This is important. This is what. Tell everybody what y'all want to achieve with y'all's leagues in the future. Like what y'all want it to turn into. Like it's an E-Fed right now. Y'all want
I've
anything
learned.
else? Like a story-driven league?
Well,
I do.
I've learned it first. Try not to be the best, because every company's trying to be the best, and just do your own thing. Do what you're trying to do. Make it the best for you. Don't make it the best for the other people. Like the ratings thing. I think it's like what show is better. I think it's dumb because majority it's just made of it. It's who has the best roster, to be honest, and that's not what it's about. It's about the quality of the wrestling, in my opinion. And I feel like with FPW, first of all, the one thing I'd like to get better at is booking storylines. I mean, for season 1, it was good. It wasn't bad, but season 2, I like to get more into the storylines. 2K20 actually, I wasn't able to do that as much, but 2K19 switching back, I feel like I could do more with that. And stay tuned for that, guys. So, Nick, what do you think about Ascend?
I got Nick mad at me.
So my goal.
I did.
for-
'Cause I
How
kept
so?
up.
Yes, I'm like, God
Because I
damn it.
kept uploading.
But my goals for Ascend, man. It's
You're the
like
first person.
I'm not trying to be like you said before. Don't try to be the biggest league, the best league, blah blah blah. I just want to have. I just want to be in the league. I just want to be the Fed that people enjoy the most. Like a lot of people, I have a few people that tell me, "Hey, I really like what you're doing here. Keep this shit up." And I respect that. Like that really makes me feel good about myself because I was hesitant on starting the Fed, and I had no idea what the hell I was doing. But I was like, you know what? I know, I know. I can get that fucking hang of this shit. I got it. And when I wanted to become more of a story-driven Fed, not, I mean, I think I'm doing pretty good developing stories. I just got to do it sooner a bit. Like, start more non-title storylines, I should say, with like just feuds between people, not over a title. And I think with the Kyle Young and Drake Bennett feud, it's deeper than the title, but the title just happens to be on the line. Like both two men for Chicago, but one's absolute scum being Drake Bennett and the great guy Kyle Young, and it's for pride and really because Kyle has to protect the pride of his family because Drake is attacking his friends and family as it goes along, and that's what it's leading up to in the past like 4 weeks. And another thing, um, so yeah, another thing is like storylines. I'm just trying to, like Zach said, get better at them. Like, because I can't speak. What the fuck just happened? Okay. When I first got into call, I was like not into the community, but what got me into watching call shit was ECW. Have you heard of that? Extreme Call Wrestling. They kind of got me into
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I was like
Yeah.
watching the ECW
You
D
guys
League
subscribe
stuff.
to me.
Watching the ECW D League stuff, that's what really got me more into. Like I thought FM was cool, but I always preferred the ECW shit. And I was like, all right, I like the way they're booking their storylines. I should actually start doing something similar, like get more story based, and that's why I started pre-recording. And my big goal, just make it a fed that people like to be in. And I think I'm doing a good job of that. And another goal of mine is, just expand more. Like I'm doing shit on 20 with Dragon Star as well, and yeah, I'm just trying to become that Fed that people are like, hey, you should join this Fed because it's fun and it's not too serious. You get what I mean? It's not too serious, but good content. That's really it.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's very good answers. I commend y'all for how y'all came into the community, didn't act stupid or act like y'all was better than everybody. Y'all came in here and y'all gave respect to everybody that needed it, and but y'all at the same time worked your ass off at the beginning when y'all first started to get y'all's name out there very quickly. Like, that's not an easy thing to do. So,
It's not,
Yeah.
at first
Point
I thought it
is-
wouldn't work.
Yeah, I felt that because like in the beginning, remember I posted tires. Nobody would like those shits. Nobody like. I'll ask them about, hey, 80 Fed signing. I know I went back and deleted a lot of my DMs because I had like an excess amount, and if I could, I looked. I'm like, damn, because there are certain feds that were like, yeah, we're interested in signing you, blah blah blah, and they never really got back to me after that. And then there was some like, hey, are you signing?
Yeah.
Never replied to me. And then it's like, you see a whole bunch of other people getting signed to them. You're like, damn, that fucking sucks. But then again, it's like, you know what? That's fine because I'm in X amount of feds, and they actually want to use me, and I'm a commodity there. So it's not a problem. It is what it is.
Yeah, as you were talking about, me and Nick are in too many feds. I recently, actually, as of yesterday, just cut down a couple because of booking. Just I wasn't being booked as much as I should have been. So I just
Yeah.
said, well, unfortunately,
And I think we're
it's my
both
time to
doing
go.
pretty well in
I think
EFED
and that's
since
what
we
I
just
said.
started. Because my channel has grown a good amount, and I was only getting like 9 views a video because nobody really cared. Now I have like 50 views on my videos, and my pay-per-views get about 100 views. That's not a lot, but it's a lot to me because
It's a lot for
that's cool to me. Exactly. People don't understand. EFED call in WWE games itself is a fucking speck of the gaming industry. It's very tiny. It's a tiny ass community. That's why so many people know each other and there's so much drama. And I think people are like, oh, I'll check out your show. I'll see how it is, and if I like it, I'll sign. All right, cool. I respect people that want to look into the show before just saying, "Hey, sign me, please." That's fine with me. Even if they don't get back to me, I don't really give a shit. It's like, oh, at least you check something out. It's good. I think I'm doing well.
I don't like that. If somebody comes up to me and asks me to sign just because of I'm being pushed on one, but they don't really know anything about my character, that's the reason why I always say, "What is the reason?"
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, that's a good question. I was like, yo, what do you want to do
Well,
with
I need
me?
to know.
What's the reason?
Yeah. But yeah. I'm gonna shut this down, y'all, because we're gonna sit here and we're gonna talk for 2 or 3 hours if we don't do this. I appreciate y'all coming on here, though. I really
Shoot.
appreciate y'all coming on here. It's been an awesome interview, and it's more than an interview; it's just us bullshit talking. And that's what's so great about this. I try to make this a relaxed atmosphere. There ain't no seriousness. We just all just having a good time and relax.
Thanks for
Hey
having
guys,
us.
go subscribe to this channel,
Right.
man. It was much appreciated. Go watch the other ones too.
Yeah.
Yes, Primal
Plug
Warrior,
y'all
Smokey.
shit channel. No, I don't need mine plug. Y'all plug y'all stuff.
Zach at 43 YouTube, Johnny Farmer Call on Twitter. That's all
You
I
know
really
what?
say.
You're not gonna fucking find my YouTube if I just say my name. So look up Ascend Wrestling or Ascend Wrestling Exodus and